I moved the mic closer to me. I was leaving it out of the picture for aesthetics, but I'm getting tired of the audio not sounding how I want, so yeah. Anyways, we're gonna start this video off different. Roll the clip.
Sneakers SO was the last leaker. But then came Vrenidus, spitting knowledge on us. One of the most passionate leakers spoke his truth, and at the end says there will be another crossover. It'll be done right this time.
So if you didn't know, PlayStation is officially sponsoring EVO 2019. Oh yeah, they also said to stay tuned for more news from PlayStation at EVO. Wait, what? Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. This could be small announcements, right? Maybe some major surprises of games we knew, like Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, you know. But come on, hold on. At EVO? Why at the fighting game E3? Right? This is all I gotta say with that is there is a time and place for everything. So there's been quite a bit of just kind of like hiccups, let's put it like that, in terms of PlayStation, next gen, stuff like that. You know, since no E3 presence, we don't have any set thing. It's just a bunch of pieces coming from different areas. One of those pieces of information is the idea that PS5 is being made for hardcore and serious gamers. When I think of that, something like esports, right? Rings a bell. EVO is esports, right? Yeah, it is. I think y'all know where I'm going with this, right? So, on that note, there's a lot we could say about the whole topic of PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2. I did not say it. It's kind of weird. I don't want to say it sometimes. But I don't feel like repeating myself, right? We've been on this journey for like a couple years now. I've reiterated myself in almost all of those videos. We're not doing that this time. If anything, let's just talk about the beginning of this video and explain and expand. Honestly, I feel like I forgot about like all the information that I actually did dig up. You know, obviously not just me, my boy H. Brant, but I forgot about this massive stuff that we had. So it's important we relate to, or revert, or refer. That's the word I'm looking for. Refer to the latest information that we've gotten, received, found. I like that word. Sneakers SO is the most recent leaker that we've had because basically people were mean to him. Didn't like him throwing out clues. They wanted him to spit it out and they bullied him. So basically he's gone now. So thanks, guys. But the last thing we honed in on was the idea that he was talking about nothing by that name will be coming. And that was his response after confirming that PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2, it was a poster leak. He basically confirmed that that was not true. Some of them was like, okay, that poster isn't true, but what about another sequel? PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2. And that's when he goes, nothing by that name will be coming. And then, you know, real quick, then comes that man, Vrenidus. TLDR, right? He basically said the game sucked, but for some reason it was freaking fun. And despite it sucking, having an awful presence, 1 million. Us Sony fans still showed out. And at the end of his whole spiel, because he sounded passionate about All-Stars, he goes and says, it will be done again and better. Now, again, this is where we're leaving off Vrenidus talk. Better, EVO, esports. So we've talked about previously how the development was a mess, and we'll dive a little, not really deep into that, but we're gonna return to that subject later in this video, so stay tuned for that. But you know, alongside the development mess, the game still sold well. Low budget for it, minimal marketing, if any marketing, yet it still sold 1 million, right? And then on top of that, I think to wrap it around, Shuhei Yoshida basically publicly acknowledged that it was a good selling game. They saw it, in Sony's eyes, saw it as a positive sale in a sense. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, because it was over Twitter, someone was like, okay, I understand All-Stars 1 didn't sell well, but like, what about a sequel? Is that a possibility? The guy in Shuhei goes, what are you talking about? It sold good. We thought it sold good. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even that. It's not even about him saying that they think it's so good. It's more about the idea that he publicly acknowledged the sales numbers, you know? And so to tie kind of with what Sneakers SO says, bro, when I hear him say, You know, nothing by that name. To me, it gives me this idea of early plans, right? So what I mean by that is he didn't give us any official information, obviously, but kind of what he did tell us was, one, it's still happening, it's a thing, and two, it's gonna drop that name. Shuhei, you know, dodging the idea of not answering the guy's question about All-Stars 2, but saying this first one sold well. Why would you even respond? Man, just listen to me for a second, bro. Listen. I have this aggressive feeling of doubt about this whole EVO thing, right? But then there's this part of me that's been with me for this whole journey that's still sitting there and like, where is this game? Why hasn't it happened? Vrenidus leaked a lot of stuff that was just random that he knew about. And again, he has that very long, passionate post about All-Stars and says it will be done again. It will be done right. What did I just do? And, you know, that's what's keeping that piece of me with hope alive. I don't know, bro. So, you know, before we dive into this fun stuff, let's, you know, that all in all, it's a possibility. It doesn't make any sense for it to be anything else. So we'll just see. All right, here we are. So, basically, what we're about to be doing right now, kind of what I was talking about. So, if you didn't know, there is a PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale Discord. It's a very large Discord. There's actually some names in here. I don't know. The Buzz is in here. I knew of the Buzz from All-Stars community. I played him. I fought him a couple times, right? That's how I knew of him. Then I seen somebody else. I mean, obviously me. You know, I feel disrespected as shit. I don't got a rank because I know Lizard. I talk to him like all the time. He was one of my closer people during the All-Stars days, and he got a rank here at the top. Bitch, I should be at the top. What is this nonsense? I'm just playing. Very cool. I don't know how the hell they did it, but they've had multiple instances where previous Superbot developers, who Superbot was the first people who made All-Stars, have come in here and they've done Q&A sessions, bro. So we've had developers of the damn game come in here and answer some questions for us, right? So with that being said, this is a freaking gold mine in terms of information about the previous game. So what we're gonna do is, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot to be found here. Even I asked a question for Maj, this last guy, the most recent guy that appeared, I believe it was a couple weeks ago. I don't know what I said because it was a last minute thing. I tried to muster up some type of question and it was pretty shitty. I was kind of disappointed in myself because it should have been a better one. But either way, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So I want to search and kind of look at some stuff, right? See what we can find, see some answers that the questions people asked and the answers that these people gave, and see how we can tie that into this whole, you know, I don't want to repeat it, how we can tie it into this whole journey we've been on. All right, let's begin. Oh my god, yo, so I'm sitting here trying to find the one. I'm like, what is this shit? It's all old stuff. It's right here. This is because I was like, he answered my question and I can't even find that. Wow, what the freak? All right, let's go back to what I asked him because I don't remember. I said, how much propriety did Sony put on the team behind Passas? And my man says, not sure what you mean, but development of the game started at Santa Monica Studio. That was something I didn't know. I thought Superbot started this damn bike. Because he does this shit. Alright, cool. So yeah, I didn't know. I don't think any of us knew that like Santa Monica Studio started, because whenever they Superbot was closed down and they passed it back over to Santa Monica Studio, I was like, what? How is the hell is somebody gonna make something? You guys are gonna manage it? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. No, they began it, right? They started the foundation. Makes a lot of sense. Eventually Superbot was formed. I won't go into details on that because I don't even know most of the story. But Superbot was an independent studio working with SMS as a publisher essentially, so they tried to find and hire the best people available for every job. You got to keep in mind, Sony isn't a single entity. I understand this. He told me that. I'm like, I know, bro. It's a massive organization with a lot of people in different positions of influence, so Sony rarely makes decisions. And so now that we're here, because I did a little bit of a search yesterday, you know, preparing to see what I could find for this video, but I was in the wrong chat. So now I'm in the right run. Let me just look real quick because I see what Mineshaft says, and it looks like an interesting thing. So Mineshaft says, I just wanted to ask if you know anything about a potential port for PSAS to the PS4. And what he says, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of rules. So let me just say, even if I knew stuff, I couldn't confirm. I know it's fun to speculate about what might be in development, but it really is incredibly detrimental to a product and team to have info leaked. It just ends up hurting everyone in the long run, including players. I'm not in the loop on anything related to Sony stuff. Generally, I don't like to ask for private info anyway. I have a lot of friends in the industry, so some people share very basic info just so we can have conversations about where we're at. But I personally try to avoid asking for details. For what it's worth, I haven't heard anything about a sequel or continued support, but that doesn't really mean much because I haven't been in those circles for a while now. Devolo asked if he's still working at Sony. He says, no, I was at Superbot. Consulting on Killer Instinct, and then worked on the patch. This is what we're talking about. 112 for at SMS. So basically, whenever Superbot got shut down, they brought in Superbot developers to SMS to help them finish off the game before sending it off. You know, just letting it go. Damn. Somebody asked what was he in charge of at or for All Stars. He goes, he was mainly working on items at the time. It was bare bones, some stuff. And eventually got more into working with characters, helped out wherever he could. Towards the end, he was doing a lot of balancing and polish work. The last thing he worked on at Superbot was a DLC character that never got released. Literally got the character doing a combo for the first time before we got the message we were gonna stop working on it. Very basic, but like still very mixed emotion that day, dog. It really puts you in that mind of a developer. Like, obviously, I'm more in this space now. I'm working everything, but not the game industry, right? It's crazy, man. That sucks, bro. So look at this. Looks like they themselves made like a little combo video. So look at this. So they made this whole video by themselves. That's cool. That's cool. That they just did this, you know? I like that. Anyways, so I just saw interesting comments. Let me find, his answer. So he says, was there a conscious effort by the team to make sure that the combat wasn't too similar to Smash Bros? If so, do you feel like this negatively impacted the development of the game? And he says, where is he at? I wouldn't say there was much conscious effort, but it started from a very different place and ended up being a platform fighter. I said fighter. But the whole time I was there, I was trying to make focus about fighting than ring outs as a win condition. I like that a lot. So that premise alone made it very different. True. He goes, this is where I thought it was interesting. He says, plus the characters we were adapting had very different backgrounds than most characters in Smash. I mean, if you think about where Smash came from, a lot of those characters are all about running and jumping. And it's funny, I was playing Smash in the office today, so it's fresh in my mind. I'm like, yeah, dude, like it's very basic. That's how all Nintendo games kind of begin, right? First party games, they start they keep this very basic approach before expanding on anything, right? And that's what Smash is. And that's why I really like the path they chose for All-Stars. I really think it just fits, right? You know? So I was looking for this man Cross because he had a question. But I seen this one, but I did not peep the other one because he answered. I answered this first. So anyways, so he says, how differently do you think things would have been if Santa Monica's developed and supported the game in the first place instead of Superbot? So finally, I found the correct answer. He goes, pretty different. Creative development in general is pretty chaotic. Now, I'm not sure what he means by that. I think it's because SMS did the creative development, Superbot did the actual development. Maybe. Sometimes even a single conversation early on can change the course of a project. So of course, an entirely different team would make a very different end result. But one thing to keep in mind is that SMS didn't really have bandwidth internally to make PSAS. I think Superbot was well over 100 people in the months before shipping. There's never 100 people with nothing to do with SMS. So they would have had to make PSAS instead of God of War Ascension. You know, so as for what it might have been, who knows? Maybe in some alternate reality, PSAS looks like the multiplayer mode of God of War Ascension. So this is the Q&A from 2017, but bro, it's just such good content right here. So they said, did you guys expect that when you first revealed the game, some people would just dismiss that Smash clone? Did the constant comparisons to Smash have an effect on the development team? And then were the box art, UI, and menus rushed due to time constraints? Because it's kind of what we always talk about, what we've talked about multiple times in different videos. So here's a real answer. We weren't sure what to expect when we revealed PSAS, but unfortunately, the leaks hurt our first impressions a lot. And in the more recent one, he did say, he's like, dude, I hate leaks. Like, I don't like it. It freaks up the development, and here's why. You know, people were already calling the game a Smash clone months before we showed anything, you know, and that's a tough perception to change. I don't think the comparisons hurt the dev team, but some of the recurring issues that we couldn't do anything about were a bit frustrating. Still, our morale stayed pretty high until release, and even through the first few patches. When we found out we weren't going to get to make a sequel, that really sucked, but that's how it goes in game dev sometimes. And then, interestingly enough, he says the UI menus weren't rushed due to time constraints. We were working on them for a long time, but had trouble finding a style that resonated with everyone. So the UI went through a lot of revisions, and the final version was a bit rushed. It could have been better, but it wasn't for lack of trying. Honestly, I feel like they had too many core developers. I don't know. It's just ugly, bro. It's just so ugly. So someone was asking, like, what's your opinion on the other platform fighters out or in development now? And he just goes, skipping those stuff, he goes, Nintendo fans were pretty harsh with Passas initially, which never made sense to me because it's not like we were trying to dethrone Smash, just trying to provide an alternate experience and give players a different take on the genre to think about. It's just so weird why Smash people are so mad. Oh my god, it sucks. Like, okay, whatever. Why? What's the problem? Like, holy shit. So honestly, it's funny. Like I said, I hadn't gone through this at all myself. Whenever it happened, I remember I got a notification about him adding me with my answer for my question. I was like, oh shit, you know, because I was the first person to put a question in here. Second person. Well, first, yeah. So I just got through that. It was cool reading for me, but I don't know. This is not too much relevant for the video, but I still thought this was just fun and cool to kind of bring to at the end of this video as well, if you guys made it this far. So anyways, thank you all for watching. And actually, it looks like Maj is still going to be coming back, because he did come back a few days and just answer some questions here and there. So honestly, if you have a question, you could put that in right now, and then he's going to come back and go through all the people that have added him. And now I'm thinking, what if I have a good question to ask him right now? I can put it in right here. Other than that, that's all I gotta say. Thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell, and yeah, I'll see you in the comment section, right? Cool. All right. Peace. Lamp with the tape, I'm a legend in the room. JAMSQUAD chillin', now my homies bringing boom. Don't try to play the game without asking about the rules. I keep my cards safe, nigga, what you do? Pop it off easy, I'm not trying to snap your neck.